With production down, you can't afford to waste time. Stick around to see how we fix this busted touchscreen and printhead carriage position error. You might be surprised. What's up everybody, Kyle from TTO Parts here. We've got a Videojet 6530 in from one of our customers. Stick around to the end of this video, we're gonna see what's going on with it. If you get anything out of this, please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. It helps us with the algorithm. We have power to the unit, cable to our printer. We're gonna go ahead and fire this thing up. Now this customer sent us their screen as well as their printer, so we suspect something is gonna be wrong here. Either the board, possibly the power supply on this unit. We don't know yet. We do know that we recently shipped them a replacement screen and it didn't fix their problems. So I do suspect either the root of the problem is gonna be in the circuit board or here. Let's turn it on and find out. Power to the unit, which is a good sign. Nothing on the screen. Let's just make sure this screen is connected. So we're gonna take it off again. And we're looking at this USB port. Still nothing. What I like here is I'm seeing the LED flash. So that's a good sign. That means power's in there. We got something going on here. Really quick, easy test. Take this off. I'm gonna grab mine because I have a good one that I know works. I'm gonna slide this one on. Now there's a bit of a difference. You can see Lynx, Videojet, but gosh, they look the same, don't they? Nothing. We've got no output going to our screen, but we've got power going to our unit. Now, generally when we see something like this, especially with the old DataFlex 6420s, no power on the screen, power on the unit, we would say, all right, let's replace the unit. We kind of already simulated that. What we would do next is actually replace the circuit board. Now, before I get that far, what I want to do, since I have another screen, I've got another power supply, I'm gonna grab that and hook it up to this, and we're gonna see what happens. Got my screen that I know works, plugged. Cable goes into here. It's not on this printer, it goes to the customer's printer. Let's flip this power on. All right, so I got power there, and I got power here. We're gonna take this off real fast. Well, didn't mean to do that. I actually knocked the printer cable off, put it back on. Now I'm gonna test it with the customer's screen. And what do you know, we got power. So far what we've done is we've tested the screen and we've tested the printer. And we basically eliminated the possibility of the printer being an issue, the screen being an issue. So everything's pointing to here. Let's open this up, we'll go step by step so you can follow along. We're gonna grab our 2.5mm Allen key. And take the 4 screws. Now I've got a 7 30-second socket. It works real well at getting these off. We should be able to do this. Now we should be able to pull this. There we go. Right off. All right, so now we're in the unit. So we've got a small circuit board. Connects here. We're gonna take this thing apart. We've got a 5mm socket. Good to get these hex standoffs off. All right, so we're gonna disconnect their cable and their other cable right there. And let's install our other unit here. I'm plugging the cables back in. This one and this one. All right, so now we got those. We'll try to feed this in here. We'll throw the cover back on real fast. Good enough to test. So let's slide our screen back on, power this up. If everything goes right, it was just that circuit board. And what do you know? Customer's unit, their screen, we're up and running. The problem was something in here. Now we did try to just replace this little board and it didn't work. So we replaced the combination of the two and we're getting great results. We've got the customer's printer on the stand. We've got their touchscreen with the new circuit board inside of it, ready for testing, all plugged in, ready to go. But we got Videojet ribbon in here. We don't need that. Let's just, we got some TTO parts ribbon. So you're gonna see great quality. at a considerably better price. You can go online, you can buy a single roll if you just want one roll. Obviously, case quantities are available. Reach out. Case quantities are gonna be a lot better in pricing than the single rolls are. But if you just wanna test one out, you can do that, or you can call us, get some free samples. Turn this to online, throw our test paper in. Let me see what a preview is supposed to look like. All right, so we're looking at QR codes and a little bit of text. So let's rip this one. Oh yeah, that looks great. Now, before we call this one a day, and just this, we should do our due diligence. Touchscreen on these new printers gives us an event log, so we can actually track to see any of the other errors they've got. Now, I can't imagine they've got a lot of them because we are at a total count of 49 prints. But since there were issues with this thing, who knows, they might have set it down. We might see that printhead carriage position error. We'll talk about that in another video. If you get that error a lot, check out that other video. We have 7 tips and what they can be, break down with some videos and stuff like that. So anyways, let's go in here, we go to our settings, then we hit diagnostics, printhead, and we go to our event log. All right, so the first thing I see is the error we just saw, image outside. We're not gonna worry about that. Now I'm just gonna cycle through here, cycle through. Okay, looks like the carriage position error. So they got a bunch of them on that single day. Now that could all be set up, right? If you're missing your roller or you're missing your platen pad behind that, you're gonna get this error. We're gonna take this guy off, look at some of the mechanical features, see if that most common one with your printhead and your peel arm hitting, see if that's it. Like I said, this one has been down for a while, so who knows how it's been sitting. If they place it face down on that peel arm, maybe it's bending up and getting close to the head now. Let's just take a look. We got the printer down. I'm not liking what I see. What I'm looking at is this most common cause of printhead carriage position error, other than simple setup issues, is gonna be this peel arm. The easiest way to test this is just to move the head down. And as soon as I move this head down, I'm hitting the roller. Now, I have one of my 4-inch printers here that I know is good. So as we move this one down, we have clearance. That's what we're supposed to see. This one, we're hitting. So there you have it. I hope you found this video informative. We wanna make sure you guys have all the knowledge on hand to be able to fix these things yourself. Thanks for hanging around. Like and subscribe for more.